I got into music because in preschool I went to this like international preschool in the United States, and we had a culture day where everyone from the school came in dressed in their, their I guess like, what do you call it? Their cultural get up, and we were all given instruments to play to create some sort of band together. And I was given the spoons, and I played the spoons, and that made me want to play music. Um, when I started making music, I was really influenced by other artists like Pharoah Sanders or Caribou or Funkadelic, Parliament, the Beatles, obviously, But I think the older that I get, the more abstract the influences get. Like I'm very influenced by nature, my personal experiences. I moved around a lot growing up, so the things I've learned from my friends and the personal experiences I've had growing up as a teenager all over the world has been a big thing. I like to call us a funky rock band. A lot of people don't know how to describe Sinkane, and they don't really. They get very confused when people ask them what is Sinkane like, which is really fun for me because it makes me think that people don't know what to expect, and it's something fresh, and I'm kind of blazing some trail and creating something new. I've never played in a library before, and the juxtaposition of such a quiet environment with like a very intense loud rock and roll band is an interesting dynamic. It kind of brings the library to life in a way that you wouldn't expect. And I kind of grew up being in libraries all the time. It was my like escape from the world. I really liked to read growing up, so it's a really fun environment, and it makes touring less boring. You're not in the same black box pub that smells like beer and piss all the time. So it's pretty exciting, and everyone's super nice, and I think it takes people out of their comfort zone, which is really great. I used to play in basements a lot, in houses like kitchens or living rooms, which was really fun. I played in a cave before. I played underneath London Bridge once, which was really weird. And a friend of mine once made an igloo, and like a gigantic proper igloo out of ice, and tried to do a show in it, but it didn't really work out. But we went in and like played for a second, but the gear got so hot that everything started to melt, and kind of would have been a disaster. But we were really excited about that one. And the advice I would give to people who want to get into music is to believe in themselves and really understand that the best music comes from people who are honest, and to make your music as honest as you possibly can, and don't give up, because at first when you honestly portray yourself to the world, people don't quite understand what you're trying to do, and it might be a bit discouraging, but it's working when that's happening, and if you just continue to do that more and more, you'll find that the people who understand what you're doing will come to you.